Want to make a podcast? Spotify's got a platform that lets you make one super easily, then distribute it everywhere and even earn money. We like that. All in one place for totally free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters, and here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your cellular telephone or your computer, so no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else, those other places that podcasts are heard.
Video podcasts are also available on Spotify, and when you want to take conversations with your fans to the next level, Q&As and polls are the best way to get them talking. With Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. And best of all, it's totally free, zero catch. We've been using it ever since we started How Long Gone. And ever since I discovered Spotify for Podcasters, I feel like having the option of turning off the Q&As and the polls on the user dashboard has really helped boost my creativity and take it to another level. I highly recommend giving it a try. Download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started.
I'm coming to you live from the new office here at Beechwood, where a friend of the show, Cale Yancey, brought by our new Judd desk yesterday, and it's looking buff.
So when you say you have a buff desk, what does that mean exactly? It looks brolic, swole AF. It's about to swing on you?
It's hulking. You know, it's big, it's brolic.
It's hulking. Bulbous.
It's beautiful. And I was super, honestly, like, if you need shit in LA, holler at my boy Cale. He really came through with this shit. Like, I'm very, very happy.
You telling me this man's name is Cale?
With a C, it's fine.
I mean, no shade. I was excited. I wasn't gonna drag his name.
Judd Library Desk 27 in Red Oak. You can check him on his Instagram, Cale_Yancey, YANCEY. But yeah, he's my new go-to for furniture building.
So cool.
And I needed someone in LA. But yeah, so I'm coming to you from this new desk, this new podcast station. I think I can finally get a microphone stand. So welcome to the new millennium.
Okay, that's good. So now we just need to get some furniture in there that has some sound absorbing characteristics, because I feel like you were just in an empty wooden room that has a wooden desk on it. Is that right?
No, there's two Eames 3-pad office chairs, as well as
how many pads? How many pads? 3?
It's 3 pads, for us big backs. You know what I'm saying? We got big backs.
I met Chris. He has a very big back.
Yeah, it's
bigger
a long back.
Okay. I get
but
it.
yeah, it's really nice to have we haven't had a desk in this apartment, so it's really nice to have a proper work area.
And this is a desk that's a 2-seater desk. Right, it's
it's big enough. Seat. Yeah, we made it big enough for 2. So there's matching vintage Eames chairs side by side, and of course there's room for my Hermes journal. Once I get a rounded gaming monitor, it'll fit perfectly. So it's going to be it's a whole new world for us.
Chris Black's Fashion Over Function tour continues, is what you're saying.
No, this is not Fashion Over Function. This works great. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, you got a 2-seater desk. That means you and Bay finna type at the same time at the same desk.
First of all, I don't use a desk. Like I just got this shit for looks, bro.
Okay.
I work from bed. My greatest work. When my mind is truly at ease and able to fire is usually when I'm zontal.
Okay. Okay. Not unlike, I mean, Chris Brown, great dancer on 2 feet, but he really can put work in the sheets.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. I am also,
champion lovemaking, that guy.
I'm still recovering from my surgery. But I'm feeling pretty good, and
yeah. So you hit the Lasik raw, correct? No painkillers.
LASIK, you hit raw. I mean, they do it. Your eyes are open. They numb them. You look at a light, a laser blasts your eye. It smells like burning eggs or hair for, 20 seconds, and then they move on to the next eye and it's over. And
sound good.
Luckily, my doctor, who also did RIP Kobe Bryant's eyes, was playing Justin Bieber, I would say at a volume that bordered on alarming in the operating room. Like it was a little loud for me. But overall,
alarmingly loud. Justin Bieber was pumping as you were about to have a laser beam shoot directly into your eye. The only set of eyes that you will ever have in your lifetime that you use to see. Yeah. Luckily, podcasting is an audio only format, but it's gonna be tough for you to get around driving and stuff like that if you are blinded.
I took one day off yesterday and felt pretty weird all day. And then today, last session before tour with Hunter, had to get a pump in. And now we're podcasting a rare morning podcast for us. And then we're hitting the OC just to build for my follow-up appointment. And we have to pick up some large duffels.
I like that are you going to your doctor's appointment check-in to make sure it was a successful eye surgery is what you call... We're going to go down and build.
Well, we have an hour in the car to build. So
I thought you meant you're going to build with your doctor about your
No, I'm building with...
You're going to build with I.
Yeah, we're getting into our tour grind mindset.
No,
we need to figure out...
Sometimes it's important that we talk when the mics are not hot.
Great. We need to get our pre-show prayer sorted. I was thinking about this already.
Okay, which God is it going to be this week, Chris?
Well, I believe it will be Allah as always, but I think that we need to figure out I feel like we should have our tour blessed by a clergyman.
Well, I don't know if that's going to work out because I don't really know if there's the kind of clergymen that they have down in Orange County. I don't really want them blessing my shit.
No, see, they seem like my kind of guys. They seem like guys that are pinching a little from the plate, if you know what I mean.
I'm more into the bad religion kind of guys, not the good religion.
They're definitely in Orange County. That's where they live.
Pinching from the plate. Okay.
I'm not talking about Mama Stewart's barbecue either. I'm talking about cold hard cash and that gold offering plate they pass around.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I'm looking forward to my final trip to Orange County for a while. I've been banging it a little too hard, and I need a break. I can't wait to reconnect with my southern roots tomorrow.
Damn, bro. It's going to be fun. I don't really know what we're going to do. So we arrive and then we'll have a little time to kind of have a day off in ATL before our first show, which is on Friday.
I'm going to go to Barry's boot camp, I'm sure, and then I'm going to take you to Elmira for a burrito.
Okay. So, and then other cities, I was going to ask you about the gym flow. So for the other cities, are you just going to do like hotel gym workouts, or are you going to...
I've booked...
Try to find a class.
I've booked Barry's in most cities for this first leg. Boston, classic Barry's, lots of like bros there. New York, Barry's is booked. Philadelphia, I mean... Do they even exercise there, or is it just fixed gear alley cat races?
It's alley cat stuff, which is where I'm going to shine. And
that's fine.
Is it cool if I check my bike?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, no problem, bro. Just check your bike. Put it on my account, please. I want you to be happy. The thought of you in one of those little hats with the flip up bill,
my Campagnolo hat,
drinking a PBR in a can with a little hoagie around the corners of your mouth. This
is the real me. Unfortunately, we joke and we kid, but that's kind of that's where my most comfortable existence lies.
Well, I'm
I love hoagies. I live life on two wheels. And I have a little bit of a drinking problem, so
so it's kind of...
Billy is going to be my shit.
Good. I'm happy to do it. I'm getting excited. I think this merch situation, we went to go pick everything up, and it was a little more than we anticipated, even though we obviously had approved the numbers beforehand.
I know. I'm starting to feel like goddamn Chinatown Market, the amount of
it's
units
market.
That we're moving.
It's market.
It'll never... No one's ever going to call... that's... let's talk about that really quick before our guest, Big Porches, coming up. We're both fans of Porches. That guy rules. Great music. Big fan. And we're lucky to have him on the pod.
Apparently, I've been hearing that Aaron Main, a.k.a. Porches, is a tennis player, and we should see if he wants to smoke.
Oh, shit.
Just something to think about.
Okay, so real last words on that. So I had a friend in high school. His name was Steve Krebs. and we always used to call him Beavis. That was his nickname.
Yeah, no, I know about this. Yeah,
and we used to call him Beavis, and that was like his name. And then at a certain point, we got a little bit older, and maybe he got a little more intellectual, a little more something, and he wanted he wanted to up his social value and status, and he was like, "Hey guys, don't call me Beavis anymore, please." And we're like, "Fuck you, Beavis." Like you can never ask that. And then one day he was like,
no,
"Hey,
you can't.
Can you, instead of calling me Steve, can you guys call me Steven?" And then as soon as you do that, it's like,
bro,
come on, bro. And I think somebody else had a joke about it, about Sting calling the police one day and be like, "Hey guys, just a couple, we got the show on Wednesday and that's gonna be good." And like, blah, blah, blah. And also really quick, could you guys start calling me Sting from now on? Like how that. So like it's the same thing with Chinatown Market. It's like, hey guys, we're not going to be Chinatown Market anymore. We just want to be called Market because we're like two white guys who make a clothing company and make millions of dollars off of a company called Chinatown Market. So just call us Market from now on. And everyone's just like, all right, Chinatown Market, you got it. No one's going to call it Market unless you're making a buck off of them.
I agree with you, and I would like to make a buck off of them. Unfortunately, we will not be.
Shout outs to Mike, nice guy.
We will not be collaborating on any How Long Gone basketballs anytime soon. But
I don't think anyone was
they're making a lot more money than most people we know, so got to give them credit there.
Absolutely. And it's tough. I mean, I don't know how you go about changing your name from Chinatown Market to something else. There's no perfect way to do it. I guess Market is a good way to do it. It's kind of a boring name.
There really is no I mean, the fact that they did it and came through it and got bought for a staggering amount of money is pretty incredible.
I know.
To be honest, like that's like kind of unheard of.
I know. I mean, that between that and that couple having sex on the side of Noah next to the BLM mural,
bro. How did we not talk? How did we not talk about that? That's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
I saw the video too. Apparently, they go all over different Nolita locations and just have doggy style stand up sex. And that's not something that has been done by me in a while.
Do you think that was? Do you think that was Nolita Dirtbag himself?
Definitely not. I know the Nolita Dirtbag, and he doesn't have public sex. He's a little cock shy.
That's fair. But those videos were those. I mean, if you guys didn't see those, I don't even know where. I mean, I saw it from you, but
I saw it all over.
I don't know where
it was from an Instagram account. It was just a guy that was going around filming this couple. They're like, "Hey, wouldn't it be funny if we walked around New York at night or whatever and just fucked on the sidewalk, standing up with my Air Maxes on?" And then someone's like, "Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, let's do that and make sure we film that, and let's put it up on social media for everyone to see it."
In the same day, we got Nolita Fuckbag and the guy that chose to get shot with 1,000 paintballs just for clout. We've hit the bottom. Like, we've hit the absolute bottom of what people are willing to do.
It's making me miss milk crate.
Dude, the milk crate,
I'll say that back when
that was the greatest. That was the greatest time. That was a simpler time for us, and I miss it every day. I miss it every fucking day.
We'll be continuing to tease out some more merch. We'll get some nice proper photos of it, and if you want some of this merch, you have to come to one of our shows and see us live, and that'll be the place where you can access this merchandise. If you live in another city or another country and you can't see us, then maybe later on we'll put some stuff online.
We'll think about it. There's going to be one. The tennis ball shirt I posted, designed by a friend of the show, Benjamin Edgar. We did do a special online exclusive colorway of that will be going up, but we'll keep you posted. Mm-hmm. Don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. Okay, let's talk to our dog, Aaron Main, aka Porches. I'll see you in the court.
Au revoir.
We're ready to go. What up, baby? How are you?
Me?
Yeah, you, Aaron.
Me, baby. I'm good. Yeah, I'm chilling in my apartment. It's beautiful here.
I gotta say, your voice sounds a lot. Your voice sounds a lot like your voice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Did I just hear a car speed by your apartment right now?
Yeah, we're in New York on Eldridge Street. So
okay, what's across street?
I'm between Hester and Grand.
Damn. Okay. Shout out to dropping.
Oh, you're really in the mix.
I'm in the mix. Yeah, I've been here for like I'm about to renew the lease for the 6th year. I'll close this window. It's kind of crazy.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, we're going to be in New York next week. We're going on tour.
You
We're
are?
not going to be playing in New York. We'll be in New York. Our show's on the 23rd of October.
Cool. Where's that happening? Is it a real life thing?
It's at Bowery Ballroom.
Fun. Yeah, it's just up the street.
Very, very real. Very real. Where are you from New York?
Yeah, I'm from Pleasantville. It's like 45 minutes upstate.
Damn, it's really called Pleasantville. I like
It
that.
is. Yeah, it is pleasant. It's like 2 square miles. Pretty
2 square miles.
pretty nice place to grow up for sure.
Yeah, what's the vibe up there? Very mellow?
Yeah, it's like a suburb through and through. Mellow, green, pretty liberal. Yeah, I don't know, it was cool. It's like some art, a lot of the adults their parents when I was growing up kind of commuted to the city, so that I knew some people that like were interested in skateboarding and music and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had a good little team, and it was rare that I came down to the city. A lot of people have asked, was I coming down whenever I had a chance, but I was pretty entertained up there.
You were happy in the upstate zone.
You were good.
I was.
I grew up in Orange County, and I would go up to LA and hang out with every chance I could get.
Yeah, I had some friends like that too that would just like, I don't know, just always try and be making their way down to the city. But I
like that you were content.
I was content. I had my like little band stuff, skated around, Pizza Hut, buffet, like.
What more does a girl
Only
need?
the best, baby.
And also
truly.
the upstate chronic is probably a little bit better than the city swag as well, right?
Yeah, we have those like total mids, like
total mids.
mids.
I was actually talking about the Pizza Hut buffet over the weekend, and how that's something that like everyone in our general age range can really relate on.
So sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really does. And I don't know, just the decor of the Pizza Hut at that time and like the shape of the actual restaurant.
It's amazing that they built the little hut. Like, I didn't even realize it was a hut till like last year. Like,
yeah, damn, bro. Pizza Hut is dead ass a real hut.
I was like the red.
This is
like
crazy.
the red roof. Like the weird red
mm-hmm.
roof. And then someone's like, yeah, like a hut. I was like, you're fucking kidding me.
He said, shiver me timbers. Pizza Hut is a hut after all.
It's a damn hut.
I'll be
damn. My friend was telling a story about like, I guess like going home to visit their parents and like being super stoned and going into what used to be a Pizza Hut and realizing it had been repurposed into like a Chinese restaurant,
really
but it looks
too,
like
when they
Pizza
like
Hut.
painted a different color, and you're like, you're not fooling anyone.
Yeah, you're not fooling anyone. This is our friend Ryan. He probably it was deep in Canada somewhere where this kind of stuff can happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the repurposing of the hut does not really work. You gotta start new construction.
No, they did it.
I
think that's when I realized that there's like a Greek restaurant in the old Pizza Hut in Pleasantville the last time I went up. I think they just painted the roof like
shit,
like soft green thing. I was like, damn.
Mm-hmm. But you can't wash the pepperoni out of that drywall.
No, you can't take the memories out of the Pizza Hut. Eating like.
Yeah, Aaron's Book It pins are still proudly on his jacket from all the Pizza Hut trips. So I wouldn't want to take that away from you.
So as you've gotten older, moved into the city, have you improved your eating habits, your nutritional value, or are we still? What's going on? What are we putting in that nice little tum tum of yours?
But I was talking about this sort of the appetite persists. Like I feel like I could sub Pizza Hut for anything and just like want to eat like 6 times the suggested portion, whether it's like, a sweet green salad or, I don't know what else there is, some like shrimp toast or something like that.
Those are the 3 foods available in America: Pizza Hut, sweet green, and shrimp toast.
Damn, you got a twisted diet, bro. I hope you have a stomach of steel.
Well,
this is impressive.
I don't know. Have you guys had shrimp toast before?
You bet your ass I have.
When was the first time you had shrimp toast?
I don't know it.
It was later in life. It was probably like my late 20s when I had it.
Okay, because I had never heard about it until like post or global pandemic, and was joking the other day that if there's one thing that we came out of this this thing was with the invention of shrimp toast, kind of.
Okay, so if there's one positive in your life from the global COVID pandemic, it was discovering shrimp toast.
I don't even like it that much. I just thought it was.
You just like
You discovered it.
You
just
like it as a
discovered it.
concept, maybe, or you're proud of yourself for discovering it, perhaps, like a
I guess
Christopher Columbus style discovery.
I just realized that like every restaurant in this 4-block radius has their version of shrimp toast, and
It's the new poke bowl,
yeah, something like that.
and I'm not going to stand for it.
Like new tuna.
What, Jason, can you break down what a good shrimp toast would consist of? Obviously, it's shrimp and bread, but I know there's some other ingredients.
Yeah, you kind of like get the shrimp into a paste. You like chop it up or like put it in a food processor until it's like a mush. Then you smear it on a piece of bread, and then you deep fry the whole entire thing. And then on top of that, then you can add some like sesame seeds or green onions and like a little dipping sauce, whatever you want it to be. It's not super healthy for you, I guess.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, Aaron, you talk about eating 6 times the nutritional value or the FDA approved amount of foods, but you don't seem like a large lad. What's going on?
I think I just got blessed with my metabolism up until now. Yeah, I mean, I like
Up until now.
I do yeah, up until I just cursed myself. I spread it out. It's like I guess all I think about is food. I feel like I don't know what to say about food. I just like to eat a lot, and I feel like I have a pretty boyish appetite where I'm lucky enough to get to kind of like stuff my face every now and then. I try eat a little bit during the day, but when it's like dinner time,
when it's feeding time, it's feeding time. I'm the same way.
Yeah, it's nice. I feel like people kind of lose their appetites naturally as they get older. Like my dad barely touches his food, and I wonder if that will ever happen to me.
That's never going to happen to you, bro. You have a thirst for life and for
taste.
Apparently, chicken tenders.
Chicken tenders.
Yeah.
Damn, those are good. I've been trying.
Those are pretty good.
Trying to do this. We don't need to talk about this actually.
No,
Boy.
we do.
I was just gonna.
Yeah, we definitely
Food is
do.
pretty much the most talked about or thought about subject in my brain as well. So, you're in a safe space, Aaron.
I've been trying to do this vegan thing for like 7 or 8 months now. Was what I was going to say before I said in my head, just don't.
So when you say try this vegan thing, does that mean something more than just be vegan?
No, just
be vegan.
This vegan lifestyle thing.
How is it working? Is it an attempt or a success?
It's loose, but it's I'd say it's pretty successful. I'll eat some fish stuff, so I guess some people might say it's not vegan at all. But
I was mentioning on an earlier episode that I believe that the most healthy diet that a human can consume is be vegan, but also eat seafood, fish, stuff like that.
Yeah,
like a macrobiotic style diet. I think that's gives you all the protein and nutrients you need from animals without any of like the cholesterol, heart disease. It's low calorie, it's clean. I think that's a good way to be. So don't shame yourself for eating all that
feels
shrimp.
Good, feels pretty clean. I feel like everyone has some opinion about it, but I feel pretty good.
What about cigs? You smoking cigs, Porches?
Yeah, still. Yeah, I smoke like a pack a day. It's disgusting.
You doing indoor smoking?
Sounds pretty hot.
Or outdoor?
Sounds pretty hot to me. Yeah, you doing indoor smoking?
No, not really. I'll like stick my head out my window sometimes, but not like chilling in bed smoking cigarettes. Thankfully, I feel like that's the next level, and I hope I don't
reach that.
Same thing with the appetite. I feel like I hear people are like, one day, like they just really gross me out, and I stop smoking. I'm like praying that I wake up one day and like don't want to smoke because I love it so much. It's bad though.
Did you start as a teenager? Are you like a 14 and onward, or is it something you came to as an adult?
I guess I've been like a pretty consistent smoker since I was 17, 18. Not always like this much, but didn't take long.
Did you go through a Juul phase, or have you stuck to the real thing?
I got a Juul for like 2 weeks, and I was like, oh, this is great. I like cut out some cigarettes, and then I was just juuling inside and smoking out. So I was like, this is not really not working. So yeah, I still smoke. Do you guys? Did you ever?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Jason's a blaster.
Not that much. I'm more of, I would say, pack a week kind of guy.
That's reasonable. If I could do that,
back. You've cut back.
I would have no qualms about it. But
yeah, I think it's really about kind of setting, making it a little game or something like that. A reward system is sort of how I like to do it. Setting some boundaries. Don't do it before a certain time of day and wait until you do this, and this, and then you can treat yourself. Because I think the whole point of it, if it is something that you really do enjoy, and I feel the same way about smoking or eating, Pizza Hut or shrimp toast or whatever it is, like, if you're going to do it and you really do love smoking as much as you say you do, then you want to set it up in a way where you're able to enjoy it without shaming yourself or beating yourself up about it. And I think that's where the bad stuff...
I'm not very good at that.
Knock on wood, the cancers or whatever come from.
An addict personality with the Pizza Hut and the cigarettes. It's like kind of all or nothing for me. With most things in my life. I think that's some like Libra, like there's not much of a gray area. I like to kind of...
You've got an all or nothing attitude as it pertains to Pizza Hut. Yeah,
insert like anything and I'll be like,
yeah, I
want to finish it all, or like will not touch, like...
Yeah, I think there's a quote from soft canceled comedian Louis C.K. I don't stop eating when I'm full. I stop eating when I hate myself.
Exactly.
Are you smoking grass as well?
Yeah, I smoke some grass, but I have the same like tolerance as I did when I was like 15 years old, where if I smoke more than like one hit, I like go into the corner kind of vibes, which is kind of nice because I probably would love to smoke weed all day, or at least kind of, I feel like there's something to that. And I have some friends that kind of...
Functioning stoners?
It's like a part of their life. Yeah, it seems... Whatever, it's like a dependency like anything else. But yeah, I love how when it hits, it feels amazing. I like to mainly like make music or chill out at home. I don't particularly like being stoned in like a social situation. That tends to be where the like paranoia happens.
Yeah.
The problems start.
You don't like to be high as hell trying to figure out what gate your flight moved to?
Yeah, I just want to be like 5 feet from my bed just in case I need to like lay down.
In case something happens, yeah. When I smoked weed, I was very social. I could do it all the time, but I never smoked. I never like woke up and smoked weed. I think that's where the darkness begins a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what Kevin Federline was doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I was experimenting with that last summer. I feel like that was the closest I got to like a smoke weed all day kind of thing in my like little tiny, like my little bowl.
Isn't it cool to be able to be an artiste and have the ability to be able to experiment with things like that? I just imagine, some bros who have some shitty job listening to this right now, like, I want to try that.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Like, it's shit I can get away with in my house.
It's sick.
It's sick. Yeah. Definitely sick.
I'm just saying, don't take it for granted, Porches. That's all.
No, it's true. I try not to. But you're totally right. It's like, it's like an obscene luxury to kind of be like experimenting with weed, like in my early 30s, like making songs on my computer in my house. It's a charmed life.
Yeah, as long as you share the beauty of that with other people, it's exciting.
Did you have jobs before being a professional music maker?
Yeah, I did. My mom was like, you're getting your what is it called? Working papers. I was when you're 14 years old and I started working. I worked at this Chinese takeout restaurant in Pleasantville for 4 years in high school.
Damn.
Called Magic Wat.
So you started working at a Chinese restaurant when you were 14?
I guess it's fit. When are you a freshman in high school? Like
I was 14 when I was a freshman.
Yeah, 14, 15. That's serious. I like the work ethic.
Yeah, my mom.
That's real shit.
My mom instilled some some solid work ethic, work values. That my boss at the restaurant too, she was kind of, in hindsight, I feel like she's kind of a big part of, she held me to a high standard as a 14-year-old. And I think when I was 14, I was like, not about that, but I think it kind of helped form some sort of habits or structure. Like,
so you got to know what it feels like to have an Asian mom.
She was the shit. Alice Chan.
Shout out to Alice.
A lot of love to her.
What did you do? What jobs did you do in the restaurant? I'm sure
I was like a host, so I did all the takeout orders. They had like 3 phones, and then yeah, it was cool. I did that, then I quit, and then I went back and like delivered food for them when I had a license. I worked at this like dog grooming daycare place.
Sorry, when you were 14 and you're starting to have a little scratch in your pocket, what were you saving, or were you blowing it on
an iPod,
distortion pedals?
First purchase, yeah. First thing I saved up for with my own money was an iPod. I remember, and I would like listen to it and put it like back in the package, you know, and like left the.
Damn.
I was obsessed with the object. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I'm still kind of like that with my, at least like Apple products.
You enjoy the design, the industrial design.
I think so. Yeah, I don't like it when people touch my screen. You know, I'm like kind of a narc about that stuff.
Hands off the screen, buddy.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I work hard to keep this motherfucker clean.
Maybe it's that. Maybe it's because I like worked at that restaurant and it's like had this little precious, most expensive thing I ever owned, you know. So I remember bringing like the case on vacation and like polishing it and stuff. Weird.
That's good.
I like this. I know I like this a lot. Also, we have to remember that before we got a new phone, you know, every 6 months, like the original iPod was some wild shit. I mean, that is some wild shit. Like if you really listen to music and you really care and all of a sudden you can have it with you at all times, that's pretty life-changing.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I got 5,000 songs on this hoe. I got every Elliott Smith live recording ever made on this bitch.
Yeah, it was cool.
Exactly. Like that's pretty big. Like we're underestimating that, I think, right now.
It was the first one with like the backlit screen too that she could turn on. Do you remember that?
Of course. Jason was a big
that was a game changer.
Nano guy.
Never nanoed.
That's fine. So you so during quarantine you've been releasing some singles, a few, right?
Yeah, I had some songs, some singles.
You did one album. How many albums have you done, like full lengths?
Like 7,000. Too many. Porches full lengths. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be the 5th that's coming out in like a week or so. We can change.
You've skipped over the sophomore slump.
Yeah, I had
and kind of gone straight in, which is tough to do.
Yeah, it's there's this really funny like Pitchfork. I don't know if you call it like not a headline, but like a tweet or something. It was like Porches returns again. I was like, no, kind of like a little jab.
Porches returns again. I feel like I noticed that because I would get like a little Spotify notification and it'd be like, there's a new Porches release. I'm like, oh, sick. And then I would look and it would just be one song and I'd be like, the song is good, but you know, I felt like it had been a while since there had been a full album, but it's only been a few years, right?
Well, I put a record out. Not that like March 13th, 2020.
I guess Ricky Music, was that a full length?
That was a full length, and it went sailing into the lockdown quarantine, which was kind of crazy. I mean, like the timing couldn't have been more spot on or comedic, but it felt it was a pretty humbling experience because you make these records and they're sort of like the spikes of your career, I guess, or like kind of what you work towards. Like putting a record out is kind of like the height of at least releasing music.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of, you know, have it just be exposed for what it was, which is like just one album on the earth. And like, I don't know, I think it was really healthy for me to kind of see it go out into this crazy place and just remember, like, at the end of the day, what it is that I'm doing and how precious it is like without anyone else involved. Like, I had to kind of ask myself, like, what does this mean to me? What is this, what can the record do for me if there's no audience or if, like, there's no time or space or place for it? I feel like it was kind of a blessing to kind of see it, just to put it out there and, for people to have it in kind of a scary time if they wanted to be hearing new music or like have that, they could
feel a strong emotional connection with some art.
So that happened, and I feel like my tune changed a little bit, where it's like, okay, like, let me just approach this remembering like why I started making music in the first place, where it kind of is a pretty joyful thing for me, and it can kind of serve me in a lot of ways emotionally that it's kind of easy to forget. I guess when like you can look outward for like
reassurance.
Just like bounce it off people. Like,
well, yeah, you make a movie, you write an album, you are dying to have everybody be like, this is amazing, I love it, 9.3 on Pitchfork, 5-star. You want that value, like, hey, the world says I did a good job, and instead of, and also you want to go and tour it, and you want to see your fans singing your words back to you and feel all that love, and you just put out an album, and then people on Spotify listen to it and they're like, hey, this album's good, and then that was about it, instead of it being a product and it's like, oh, I'm going to put it out, I'm going to tour on it.
We were set to like tour for the whole year, and I'm honestly really happy that I feel like I got a second chance to make another record, and I made this one sort of in a much different space, and I feel like truly excited about this album that's coming out, and super excited to tour it. And when I was making it, I was like, if we ever get to play live music again, like, I want this to be the most like maximal, like loud, over the top, like energetic collection of songs to perform live. So I was thinking it, like, kind of fantasizing.
You going sicko mode?
Yeah, I'm trying to go sicko mode.
Okay.
I feel kind of juiced up about it. So that feels good.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
What's the live band looking like? Are we pulling out the Marshall stacks for this? Are we doing Wall of Sound?
Flying V?
Nirvana out and like plug the guitar into an amp. And, just have it be like this, like that kind of few backing tracks, like no tricks, like I just wanted it to be like as raw and like performable as possible. So it's, I don't know, there's been times in the past where you kind of play these songs in your headphones and record them and sing them like only when you're recording them, and it comes time to figure out how to do it live, and it can just be like a totally draining, like, like joyless experience to try and like recreate it live. So I was just trying to avoid that, I guess, and just kind of push something out that felt
okay. So you just want it to be real and not just hitting play on Ableton and then singing your little singing over it.
Yeah, kind of like ask myself, like, what would this feel like to play in a room full of people and not like be a little tweaker in my room, like whatever's scratching around, like.
No tweaker shit is the motto of this
no
tour.
Tweaker shit. Do you do most of this at home? Like, are you recording at home, like alone? Is that the vibe?
Alone, yeah. It's been that way for the last 4 albums. I feel like some people think Porches is like a full like band through and through, and some people know that it's. I mean, I'll like write it, record it. I'll have some guests occasionally. I like to perform with the band, and that, like, that's important to me. But as far as the recording and writing process goes, I keep that to myself.
We got to keep all those royalties with Daddy, right?
I like this. Yeah, these domino checks are hitting different when it's just Big Dog. There ain't no, you know what I'm saying? He ain't cutting this shit up. I got to split this with Jason, so I'm broke, Aaron. But you keep all this shit. I like your attitude. I like what you're doing.
I save a little money, like not having to spend it on a studio or like a producer or a band or musicians. So, but it's cool. I finished this. I've been in this apartment for 5 years. I've finished this record. Like, I don't think I've like really taken my head up from the desk for like the last 6-7 years, and I finished this, and I was like, that might be the last record I make in this room, or you know, at least like the way I've been doing it, which is kind of exciting.
Right. That's what I was going to ask, though. Is there a part of you that wants to go to a studio and do the whole thing just to do that? I mean, could that experience benefit you, like personally and professionally?
One of my dreams is to kind of like, you hear about these bands going to whatever, just some studio for like a month or two, writing and recording a record from front to back, like in 2 months, where that's very much not what my process has been like, but I think it'd be great to try that.
Yeah, someday. I'd like to see you move into Rick Rubin's house for a month.
Yeah, exactly.
Start hitting the ice bath and just really crank out your number one shit. Yeah. But you know, also, you know, if things keep going well, you know, eventually you'll move to LA, you'll build out a home studio in there, and you know, you'll still be doing the same thing that you're doing now. It'll just be in a little bit of a nicer situation, maybe a little more room to spread your wings and shred.
Well, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I'm not talking shit about my little apartment. I like LA, but I don't know what I would do with like the 10 months of the year if I've made a record in 2 months. You know, it's kind of like my whole I built my whole life around it, where I just kind of wake up and do that. Feel like I'm working, you know. It's kind of what.
Well, after you finished this album, how did you celebrate? Or did you celebrate? Did you go, you know, go to Palm Springs for a weekend? You head upstate. You know, what did we do? Kauai?
What did I took probably like a martini or something like that. Just
don't say you just went to Chervo's and got a fucking martini, bro. We need to do a real celebration here.
It's coming up. I'm going to celebrate. I'm trying to figure out what to do for my birthday is on the 7th. The record comes out on the 8th of October, so I'm trying to tag team these two. I'm trying to make sure I don't like wake up after my birthday on the album release feeling like shit. So I might try and do
combine a singular. Is this a big birthday in any way? Is it monumental, or is this just a birthday?
I'm turning 33 for whatever reason. Like that, I don't think I've been like excited about an age in a long time. At 33, like I weirdly have like a good feeling about.
You feel it in the stars.
A nice like round or like good looking number. 30 is cool. 31, 32 are kind of like a wash, I guess. Yeah, like early, but 33 feels, I don't know.
So you're a little bit of a celestial fella, is what it sounds like.
Not really. I think about Libra stuff. You know, I don't know much about anyone else's sign.
Libra stuff.
We're
both Virgos, so there's a lot happening right now.
What's your most Virgo behavior?
My most Virgo behavior is they say that Virgos are perfectionists usually, but I don't really find. I always wondered why that happened, because I was never like a good student, and I was like kind of like lazy, and I was not super clean or like OCD or everything. But then I realized that when it comes to sandwich making, I'm a perfectionist. So it's sort of like the more banal things in life. That's where I really am a pure perfectionist.
Respect that.
I didn't know that about you. I am a perfectionist. It's Chris's way or the highway, and unfortunately, it's kind of get down or lay down when it comes to that. And for Jason, that's positive because I drag him to the top with me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I don't know if everyone else in my life would agree this is a good quality, but I have decided that it is, and I run with it. But unfortunately, I find that I embody most of those qualities that I've read about.
What are like the Virgo like negative qualities?
I think you're a dick, kind of.
Virgos. I'm like kind of overly observant of things, and maybe a little critical, a little stubborn. But like, yeah, it's a little like a lot of it comes back to food, of just like if someone's going to decide what restaurant we're going to go to, I have a lot of words. Yeah. Like people, like all my friends are like, you just pick where we're going to go because you're going to have something to say about every other suggestion.
Yeah. Good job.
But you know, it's sometimes it's tough to be around a Virgo.
My mom is a Libra.
It is, but we're hot.
You're hot. Virgos are hot.
Yeah, I just decided.
Cool. Yeah.
Thank you. We'll pull that soundbite. Thank you.
Virgo, you know, people are attracted to Virgos because we're kind of a little dark and mysterious and sexy, you know? But you know, the negative traits of a Libra, you guys are attention seekers.
True.
You want to have the spotlight on you. And also it says that you're dishonest. Is that true? You don't strike me as a lying kind of fella.
Really?
Or do you be lying?
I don't be lying. I'm a terrible liar.
I could see you being a really bad liar, I gotta
Awful.
say. Which is a
like,
good trait.
Think, you know, like if I try
Somebody calls you out on lying and you just double
I would
over.
like start to say a lie and then like pass out. I try to avoid it at all costs.
You go into cardiac arrest. I think that's a very endearing quality to have in the you know.
Yeah,
maybe tough if you're like a you know, you're in high school or you're a troublemaker, but you know, in the long run, I think it's a sweet quality to have in a person.
Yeah, I think it's
It also says you're a troublemaker and you have a tit for tat mentality. You a tit for tat guy?
Yeah. What is that? Just like you scratch my back, I scratch yours, kind of like
yeah, like somebody does something to you and you can't sleep until you correct
yeah.
that.
Oh, I feel that for sure.
I love a tit for tat.
Sure. I feel like
are you more of like a psychological warfare kind of guy, or are you more just like straight to the punching?
No, I think I could be like excruciatingly like calm and collected, and then like just kind of like it's that
and then you
that
just
like
go
kind of,
sicko
if it's
mode.
Time to like pull out some words. I could be pretty savage.
If it's time to hurt some feelings, Porches is going to do a great job at that.
It's bad. Yeah, it's like I think it's just like the like conflict shy is from what I understand is a pretty Libra thing. Like it's kind of like you want all of your relationships and like your friends and the world to like get along in this really naive way, but you're not kind of willing to put in the work to like confront like certain hurdles or like humps to like kind of maintain like a truly healthy like whatever friendship relationship kind of thing. So there have been times where I just kind of let stuff simmer. I'm like, that's fine, like whatever, that's cool, like all good, da 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 da. When it's not,
it's fine.
And then like something happens, and I'm like, all of the like pent up stuff from like a year will be like come out in a biting way. So I'll try and be aware of that. You know,
I mean, the fact that you're aware that that's a thing that happens is already.
But I feel like that's a
battle.
lot. That maybe that's part of the lying thing too. Is like withholding the truth more than like telling like blatant lies. Like I did not do this. You're just like don't actually like communicate how you're feeling or something.
I don't need to say this right now, so I won't say it right now.
Right.
No, I'm the same way. Maybe that has nothing to do with our astrological signs, just the way we was raised by our parents.
True.
Unfortunately, I don't like conflict and I avoid it, but then when it's time, I get very angry and threaten to fight. You know, even though I'm a total pussy and I'm not going to fight anybody. You know, I don't want to get in a fight. That's just bad for everybody. But like, I've gotten into multiple screaming matches on the street where it's almost turned into fisticuffs in my life. And luckily, as I've gotten older, that's stopped happening because I've just mellowed out.
You're welcome.
But in a day-to-day normal basis, I'm not trying to confront anybody at all, really.
Neither am I, unless I'm in like a particularly ornery mood, or so I kind of like will fire off some emails every now and then and apologize the next day. Say sorry.
Yeah,
you're tripping. It has nothing to do with.
Luckily, you've got managers. You know, you got booking agents. You got people to be the bad guy for you. That's the beauty of being the star.
Well, that's who I sent.
Shitty.
Those are the people that receive your
my
ornery.
Poor manager. He's such a sweet guy. Just kind of like be there, like.
That's what you pay the bastard for, though. You know what I mean? That they know what the job is when they sign up for it.
This guy is amazing. He's like my therapist. I feel like it's such a crazy job to be a manager. The more I deal with him, and like throughout the whole pandemic, like I talked to him like more than like a lot of friends in my life, and I'm just kind of amazed.
Are you only saying all this nice stuff because he's probably listening right now?
No, that's really funny.
Okay.
No, I don't know why it's coming to mine, but
I mean, you guys have probably been through a lot in the last year.
Yeah, it's a serious relationship. And have you had more than one manager in your career, or have you guys been together a long time?
This is my second manager, so we've been working together for like, kind of got together right before Corona landed in the US. Yeah,
that Corona.
Yeah, he's cool. Shout out Dave.
Big up Dave.
Shout out to Dave. No, I mean, I think that's probably, as a musician, that's probably one of your more important relationships, you know, especially as a guy who works alone most of the time. You know what I mean? It's like, there's not, you know, that's kind of who you got. You know what I mean? There's no, you know, rhythm guitar player to bounce it off of.
Totally. Yeah, it's a lot of, I imagine it's a lot. I mean, I have a hard enough time like dealing with myself. Like I can't imagine kind of fielding a bunch of other artists, like egos and messiah complexes and mood things, like, you know, just being calm about it. I admire that.
It's not for everyone, but also, you know, big up Dave. It's easier to deal with Porches problems than Dave's problems, and that's something that he needs to work on. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Yeah, tell Dave he might need to find his own therapist. You know? it's like, I can't imagine dealing.
Dave, send me a DM. We'll chat. It gets better.
It gets better. I also, Porches, I've heard on the street that you're a tennis player. Is that true?
Yeah, I picked up tennis last summer, and I've played like 4 or 5 times a week. Like since then, I got super into it.
You got bit by the bug, the Babolat bug.
I got bit by the bug, and I'm trying to like, I don't want it to be like a quarantine hobby, and I'm trying to outlive that, you know, like sourdough.
You want to make this a real thing. You want this to live longer than your sourdough starter, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Damn, I hadn't thought about sourdough in a long time. Thanks for bringing that up.
No one has.
Okay, that's good. That's exciting.
Yeah, I mean, you guys play. It's been fucking great. I like my days get weird if I don't do it now. It's just kind of my only exercise, outdoor.
That's great
activity. Everything kind of.
So do you have a few friends that you play with regularly, or do you just kind of show up to the courts and challenge who you know, hit the ball with whoever?
I got a couple of friends that I play with, but it's kind of the first sport. I've not played many sports in my life, so it's the first one where I feel like I have met some people at this park near my house and built kind of a sport tennis relationship with them, and that's cool to me.
You get to try out a little locker room talk for the first time.
Yeah, exactly.
You get to slap somebody in the ass with your small hand towel and say, "What's up, pussies?" And then you're like, "I'm just kidding.
I'm just playing.
I'm just playing." I mean, you know, it's good to have a little, you know, kind of testosterone fueled camaraderie.
It is. I'll like throw my racket and like, I don't know, I get worked up. I feel like you get out a lot of whatever, you know.
Those Pizza Hut demons come out in a healthier way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they do. No, we play pretty seriously as well. And I think that, you know, it's in New York, it's tough, man. It's like in LA, it's like pretty easy to go. I mean, courts are really busy during COVID, but now it's like you can kind of go play. The weather's nice all the time. But when I'm in my apartment in New York and I can walk to the Watkins, you know, that it's like playing off road.
Yeah, it's intense. That's where I've been playing too, Brian Watkins. But there's also Seward Park. We should play when you're here. Be really fun.
Yeah, man, I'm down. What is your tennis look? You don't strike me as like a Nike head to toe guy like me.
No, but I put some thought into it. I got some nice shorts. I like some sharp like techie shorts and like some like ratty band shirt or something like that. It's kind of my.
You do a high low pair down.
Yeah.
You'll do your Arc'teryx techie shorts. And just like a shit-stained Dinosaur Jr. shirt from 1989.
Yeah.
Maybe some free Loewe promo tee that you just kind of use as a rag. It's a little oversized, but you know, I'll wear it for tennis.
I like those shirts turn out to be the best ones because you just beat the shit out of them and then wash them a bunch and they're all like.
And you can never let go of those.
Yeah.
I mean, I find myself wearing a polo because it feels appropriate, but I'm afraid that as I get older, I'm going to edge into that zone of like, European tourist who like exercises in polos.
Yeah.
Like at the regular.
And you'll have to flip the collar up as well to expose the Paco Rabanne or the Tommy Hilfiger logo.
Exactly. The Montclair logo. But I'm a little, I on the tennis court, it makes sense, but the regular gym, I'm just afraid of going there.
Right.
You know, I'm afraid of taking it that far, but I feel myself edging towards that reality.
Sometimes I'll wear a polo at Equinox, and it makes me feel like I'm more rich than I actually am. Like, people will look at me and be like, okay, big dog, I see you. But it also, there's only so much, like, you know when you're at the gym and you see somebody just sweating like a dog, like laying it all out onto the mat, just like really did a crazy workout. Those people are never wearing a polo, you know? You can only exert yourself so far wearing just a common cotton polo.
I feel like if you're gonna like,
I'm here to change that narrative.
If you are expecting to lose, you dress down so you don't look like you're trying too hard when you lose. And if you think you're gonna go in for a win, you can kind of like, you know, wear a little polo, like white, all white, and just like clean up and be like, yes, I am a tennis player, you know. But
dress for the score you want.
Yeah,
I got that. Have you you ever wear a tank top, Porches? Where do you stand on a tank?
A tank top, like not really. I wear like those A shirts, like the Hanes joints.
What's an A shirt? You talking about like a wife respecter?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's about it.
I forgot we changed the name. To Wife Respecter.
Let me get a Hanes A shirt and a Swisher. That's what you say at one of your local NYC bodegas, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's more. I mean, that is a tank top, I guess, but Jason's more on his like, I cut the sleeves off of my shirt, I live in LA vibe, which I don't like for him, but he does it anyway.
But part of what you were saying before about, you know, dressing for what, you know, what you expect to do, nothing sweeter than seeing a guy in a polo get his ass whooped on the court by a guy wearing a ratty sleeveless t-shirt.
That's true.
Feels good.
Feels good.
Well, you know, speaking of clothes, you know, you are a fashionable fellow, and we're doing a bunch of merch for our tour. You know, what are some of your philosophies on Porches merch out there? Is that something that you put a lot of thought into? Do you have any non-traditional items that you like to do aside from just a t-shirt, dad hat type shit?
Literally like designed a tank top, oddly enough, but like like one of the tailored ones, like it's like tight around the shoulder. That kind of vibe, like a 70s tank.
Like a G-Unit tank?
Dude, I don't know what those look like. Are they tailored like that?
It has a little more of a snug fit to kind of show off the shoulder muscle definition if you have that.
That was a vibe. I was thinking about some gym shorts would be cool. Maybe tennis balls. My friend made some merch tennis balls. But yeah, usually it's just the regular stuff. I design all the merch, which is kind of
that's cool,
fun, kind of like psychotic sometimes to just be sweating and Photoshop trying to make it up as I go along. But button-ups would be cool. I've been really into button-ups lately with like a little embroidery, but those are hard, I guess, because it's just there's a lot of history to the button-up. I don't think I would wear like some like Gildan, you know, Oxford shirt personally.
Yeah, the Gildan.
I didn't know Gildan
Oxford
makes
is a rare.
Is that true?
I don't know. I was trying to think of some like.
No, they might. They might. I mean, the problem is with all that stuff, because we've looked into all this stuff too. It's like it gets a little funny. Like the buttons will be wrong. Something's wrong with a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, the fit is just off.
Yeah, the fit's off. Something's wrong with it. But I think you could find because we want to do polos, and it's like all the blank polos have 3 buttons instead of 2, and I just don't. That's not for me. I need 2 buttons.
Yeah,
and it's these, you know. But a button-up, you can find one. You can find a white or a blue Oxford.
I don't know if I've seen
now we're talking
band tie before.
I don't think so. If there was, then it would be a ska band, and I don't know if that's a road that you want to go down. You may have had a ska pass though, Porches.
That's my first band I was ever in. I played trumpet in a ska band when I was like 13 years old.
You gonna drop the name of this band?
Oh God, I don't even.
I mean, it had to have a fun punny name.
I know it did. What the hell was it? Oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna remember. This is a long time ago.
Problem smoking all that mid, Porches. You don't even remember your own goddamn ska band name.
I was a
happened?
long
Yeah, you
time ago,
forgot.
20 years ago.
I know.
I'm trying to think of this.
You know, if it comes to you, let me know.
Yeah.
It's the most important part is that you were in a ska band. That's all that.
Yeah, that's all we need to. Yeah, it doesn't
that's what
actually
makes-
matter
most
what it's called. Yeah, I mean, I listen to. It's funny because Operation Ivy is considered ska, and I listen to it probably once a week. It really holds up.
That's cool. I should
Once a week.
revisit that.
Yeah, bro, I love it. It's a classic record.
I feel like Aaron was a little more Aquabats.
I fucked with the Algabats, definitely.
Hell yeah. You know the vibe.
You know.
Wasn't King Travis Barker in Aquabats?
That's right.
No, was he?
And look at him now.
Damn.
Yeah, he was that was his before he was in Blink-182. He was plucked out
You're
of
kidding me.
Aquabat stardom.
That's crazy.
And now he's balls deep in a Kardashian. That's where ska can take you, brother.
Yeah, ska's bigger. We need to get you in the studio with Travis Barker. I think that could be an idea
Oh
for you.
man, yeah. I wonder what the.
You're the last musician left who hasn't recorded with Travis Barker.
You're the only guy left. I know you've got some sessions planned with Lil Huddy, but I want you to get in with Travis Barker
Yeah,
first.
I can't. What the fuck would we come up with in the studio? I would be curious to hear.
Hopefully it would be some Nirvana covers just to get the whistle wet.
A
and then from there-
smash hit, man. The thing is, Travis Barker he's involved in like multiple hit songs right now.
I
It's so
know.
strange what he's been able to do.
Look, the guy's good at drums. What do you want me to do, Chris?
No, he's very good at drums.
He knows how a nasally melody should be three points sung.
It's true.
That's true. No, you're right.
And Porches is nasal as fuck. I think this is going to be a match made in heaven. You got any sinus issues, Porches?
I could get some.
Just look into it. Talk to
I'm working-
Dave. Dave, if you're listening, see if we can develop some type of sinus issue.
Deviate my septum.
Deviate that motherfucking septum. That's when we start getting those Super Bowl commercial syncs, brother.
Hey, Dave, it's Aaron. A couple things. I need to deviate my septum, and if you could talk to Travis Barker's people, that'd be great. Just let me call me back when you got that stuff sorted out. I'll be over here working on merch.
The podcast went great.
Yeah, the podcast is great. They taught me a few things. Do you have some shows planned in the near future?
We got this tour we're going to announce on the 5th when this next song comes out. I don't know when this comes out.
On the first.
On the 1st, so maybe I shouldn't say that yet. But yeah, trying to just like hit the road hard next year. Do a couple things at the end of this year. Hopefully, we played a couple shows and they were insane. Like the best feeling I've felt in my. Felt like the first show I ever played. I like blacked out on adrenaline. Like it was so special.
It's the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it really felt like the way it was supposed to be, and I don't think that feeling is going to go anywhere anytime soon. As far as the excitement on both ends, the audience and the performer, like it was just honestly like maxed out. It felt so good. I like played a whole song with like my guitar, one string like tuned to a different note by mistake because I was just like totally lost.
And it didn't matter. It probably made it sound like more of a Porches song.
Yeah,
for one string to be out of tune.
nastier. Yeah, it didn't even matter. I just felt like a little kid, you know. I was like, "Fuck it, let's go."
You were playing the guitar with no hands for a while. You don't even
that
know
was
how
the
it's
thing.
happening.
Is like I wanted to like break through all my strings. Like I don't want to even play this thing. I just want to like throw myself around.
Have you ever jumped? Have you ever like gone head first into the drum kit?
I definitely have. I have done that. Yeah, feels good.
Okay. I could only imagine. And as long as you don't get one of those tom stands in your kidney, it's probably got to feel fucking amazing.
Yeah, even that feels kind of good until like the next day.
I mean, as long as we don't have to hit, Cedar Sinai is what I'm talking about.
This is true.
Yeah, we're good. Oh man, that's funny. All right, so the tour is coming soonish, and then the album is in stores. What day did you say the new record's in stores?
October 8th.
Congratulations. I'm glad that you have stuck through quarantine, made another great Porches album, picked up the fine game of tennis. And, all we have to do now is maybe cut down to 1 pack a week instead of 1 pack a day, and we're going to be good to go, Aaron.
This is true. We got to find the closest Pizza Hut in New York.
That's in Manhattan.
Too.
Yeah, we'll come. We're taking you to Pizza Hut. We're putting on the How Long Gone card. Don't even worry about it.
It's on us, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Aaron, honestly, though, thank you for joining us. We're both big fans, and we're excited for the new record to come out. And you guys go listen to that, purchase that, stream that when it comes out October 8th. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Aaron.
All right, see you guys.